Hey VC, what's up? It's me, yours truly. I am back to post a quick video here. It's time for another recent finds video. This is where I just kind of go in and pull out 5 random albums from the recently arrived stacked over here and just kind of share with you some of the things that have come into my collection. Stack is definitely kind of building up because I haven't, I guess, done a lot of these over the past few weeks. And, there was a record show about a month or so ago where I picked up quite a bit of stuff, and I've worked a number of days in the shop since then and picked up a few things here and there. And so, yeah, it's just kind of been piling up a little bit. So let's just kind of dive right into it. And I actually shot this video like literally 7-8 minutes ago, and the phone rang right in the middle of it because I forgot to turn it off. So instead of going through all the editing, I just thought I'm just going to redo it, but I'm going to use the albums that I pulled out in that video that were randomly pulled. So if I wouldn't have screwed up, this is what you would have seen. Number one, Sonny Clark, and this is his 1957 release, one of the new Tone Poet releases. I'm definitely a big fan of Sonny Clark, but I cannot say that I'm very familiar with this particular album. So this is going to be kind of a nice little treat / discovery for me in my Sonny Clark catalog. But these Tone Poets too, love these things, fantastic, love grabbing them whenever they come out, and definitely looking forward to kind of diving into that Sonny. The next one here, I actually pulled out this one, which was the 25th anniversary Rock and Roll Hall of Fame concerts. And so I thought I would go ahead and just, pull the second one too, since it makes sense to kind of show both of those together, because you basically have night 1 and night 2. And for those that aren't familiar with this, it was a really, really cool concert. I actually have the DVD. I remember seeing it on HBO when it came out and watched it a number of times there, and I liked it so much I actually bought the DVD. But yeah, it's just kind of, celebrating 25 years of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but just not only just great artists, but great collaborations if for some reason you have not seen the concert. So you have like stuff with, really kind of too many to name, but some of my favorites, which really was kind of towards the closing of the concert, were probably my favorite performances, where you had Metallica came out. They performed a couple of Metallica songs, but then also Davies from the Kinks came out and they did You Really Got Me with Metallica. Lou Reed came out with Metallica and did Sweet Jane. I think Ozzy came out with Metallica. And then there was also another great one where U2 came out and did Vertigo. And I think he also did Magnificent, if I remember correctly. But then Bruce Springsteen and Patti Smith came out with U2 and they did Because the Night. And then Fergie and Mick Jagger came out and did Give Me Shelter with U2. I mean, it was just like, excuse me, all kind of collaborations doing just some of the most classic songs, and really is a fantastic concert. So if you haven't seen that DVD, definitely check it out. And I had no idea these have been pressed on vinyl until it just happened to pop up at the record show that day. So, and they were very, very cheap too, which is kind of nice. So yeah, we'll kind of count that as one, but that was a great find. And then the next one I had pulled out was another Tone Poet, which was Chet Baker Sings. Another very cool one here. This is his release from 1954. And I have to give big thanks to Chance. You guys know Concert Buddy here in the VC. He's the one that kind of, number one, turned me on to this album, and number two, sold it to me. At that record show, excuse me, Chance had a table set up, and this is one of the things that he was selling. And I mean, I knew Chet Baker. I didn't have like an overwhelming desire to have to find this, but he was kind of telling me a little bit about it, telling me about the other press that they did, kind of how hard these were getting to find, and how, sonically it was just such a fantastic album. And I was like, well, dude, okay, I'm gonna check this out. And yeah, it really was a cool album. And I'm glad I picked it up too, because it wasn't even 30 minutes later when I was back working our table, somebody came over and was asking me, do you guys have a copy that Chet Baker Sings? And I was like, no, we don't have one. I actually just bought that a second ago. And he's like, oh, damn it, I couldn't find it. I've been looking for it and blah, blah. I was like, guess I'm glad I picked it up. But yeah, really, really cool album. I mean, Chet is not like all of a sudden the most amazing singer of all times, but sonically and within the realm of vocal jazz, it represents it perfectly. And it's just kind of one of those really, really great albums just to sit back and really listen to and take in. So definitely glad I picked that up. And Chance, thanks for kind of recommending that and really kind of turning me on to that album. The next one I pulled was this one here, which is Slaughter, Fear No Evil. I know this has been reissued for a little while now. I'm kind of late to the game on getting one, but I'm glad I finally did. This is their release from 1995. I mean, it's not like the album is going to completely and totally blow your socks off, but it's definitely, you get Slaughter, which is kind of nice. Matter of fact, I think the album really kind of starts off strong, maybe takes a little bit of a lull, and then kind of comes back strong. But yeah, really fantastic album. Definitely one I'm glad they got around to kind of getting back on vinyl, which is really cool. 2 LP, 45 RPM on kind of a red vinyl there, and yeah, so kind of neat. Glad to have that in the collection. Like I said, I know I'm a little late to the games. It's been out for a while, and last but not least, back to jazz. This has been kind of a bit of a jazz video here. Archie Shep, Yasmina, a Black Woman. Very, very cool album. Definitely kind of a mixture of Archie with, one side being a little more traditional jazz, well, as far as Archie goes, traditional, and then the other side being a little more towards his free jazz, and again, not quite totally wild and out there, but definitely more towards his free jazz flavor, if you will. And really, really cool one. Again, one that I wasn't very familiar with, and I think I found this one when I was out in Idaho about a month or so ago with Aaron Mutha-Alamere. Went out there to visit him, and he kind of took me around to a couple of stores and found like a brand new sealed copy of this. I think it's only like $9 or $10. So great pickup. Glad to have that in the collection because, Archie's just one of the legends in the jazz world. So there you go, VC. A little bit of a mixture of things there, as always. Let me know what you think, and we will talk to you soon. All right, take care, guys.